setting up this campaigns, I like to do it like pretty straightforward and pretty much let the algorithm do everything for me, if possible. So I don't set up campaigns like doing it super complicated. I do it super simple. So normally I go for leads and then manual. Like to have a little bit of control, not that much. So this will be for final expense. This will be my calls, and it's going to be my first version. So I start with V1 and then I'll go all the way up from there. I'm going to turn on Advantage campaign budget plus on, and I'm going to change this to lifetime. And then my lifetime value is going to be like irrelevant because I'm going to throttle it at a bid cap. So it's pretty much irrelevant what lifetime value you put on it. So just for the sake of it, I'm gonna put like $1
No.
million. And then the way that I'm gonna control it is right here. Instead of say highest volume, I do not want to do that because if I put $1 million at the highest volume, it's gonna run through my budget like like a hot knife through butter. So you're gonna have to change this and do bid cap. And then you're gonna control the bid cap at the ad level, at the ad set level, right? Um, as far as delivery type goes, I like to do it accelerated because if it's working, I want to spend as much as possible. And dun, 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 dun. So as far as special ad categories, I'm gonna try to get away to not, having that be flagged special ads, but if you have to, you have to, like in the case of insurance, you have to turn that on. But during my normal setup, I kind of like, play dumb to see if it will stick. Here's where it gets interesting, right? So if you're gonna go with the website approach, you're gonna have to have like a complete funnel that you're gonna use for that. I'm gonna show you the funnel that we're using. Okay, that is one. This will be one lender. You can use whatever lender you want. Obviously, you can go a lot more aggressive if you wanted to, and go with the government angle and whatnot. Like with the buyers that we're working on, we're trying to run it as clean as possible, so there's no complaint, and we can actually scale this campaign, which is the ultimate goal will be to own and operate an agency where we can bring in life agents that will work the leads that we generate, and then we will also sell some of those leads to networks and other direct buyers as well to be to mix in our cash flow and whatever. I don't want to go too deep into that. But you want to send it to a quiz page like this one, right? Something like this, it says, this program for seniors is helping family avoid almost 20,000 in bills. The insurance company provide, very clean. And then, just a quiz style. If you're over, yes, I'm over 50. And do you currently have insurance? And if you do, boom, a phone number is provided. And, this is where the call is generated right here, right? Then we also have another one. And this one, same thing, but instead of a quiz, is a direct phone number, right? So they can just call that phone number, no quiz, right? Got it. So this will be our landing pages that we want to use. So here, website, boom, landing pages. We got to set up the tracking and your pixel, quote unquote. I'm not going to cover how to do that in this call, but I'm assuming that everybody knows how to set up their own pixel and stuff like that. And what you want to track will be either the quiz steps and on the final CTA and this version of the lander, and then this click to call and this version of the lander. So that's where you're going to map out and when you set up your pixel. Here's how you're going to throttle the amount that the campaign is going to spend. If you put a number that is really low, chances are that you're not going to get results. If you put a number that is really high, you're going to go through your budget really fast. So that's where you're going to throttle, find like a number that is working for you. You know, it's suggesting start at 5. If you can get calls at 5, that'll be amazing. So why not start at 5? If it doesn't move, I might bump it to 10 to see if it will start moving. And then from there, I will start throttling it. right? Adjusting the bit control. Hmm. As far as the budget goes, it's 1 month by default, so that's how long it's putting in it. Because I didn't select special ad category, it will still let me like, Sue's age and whatnot, but I know it's gonna get rejected anyways. Okay. As far as placements, I don't really care. Some people will be like, oh, you should only target mobile devices. Honestly, it's gonna figure it out what is converting for the campaign, and it's just gonna do what is best. Just gonna leave it at that. Nothing much you can do here. Whatever page you're at, and then when your assets, right? Here will be the URL that you have. So if you want to send to this one, right? And then if you want to send to the other one, do another one. You can easily duplicate this and then test, like one URL against the other URL and see which one will perform best for you. So using the same ad, right? So you have a control there and then just the URLs. So this one will be like, quiz style, and this one will be direct to call. As far as the ads, here's some of the ads that we are using. Simple image ad, nothing crazy. Then pushing the traffic to your landing page, right? Push your traffic, work through your different images, duplicate this, depending on how crazy you want to go. Images that work, I really like doing like simple images, but again, you're free to do as many as you want. Something like this. And then, if you want to separate it, go ahead and separate it. You can turn on like all this 3D animation and all that stuff, like if that's what you want to test. I don't recommend that. If you're testing like quick style versus click to call, trying to keep it the same. So if you do animations and this ad copy, you also have to do it in the other ad copy. If not, it's not going to be a true test. Whatever you do in your first quiz style, when you're going through it, if you select animations, you actually have to do it now in the other one as well. Or what you can do to keep it more simple is that you can just build one and do it like exactly, all the ones how you want it, and then duplicate this and then just change it, the URL on them, and then send them to whatever else it is, if that makes sense. That's it. I mean, like the rest is just cleaning it up and hit publish and coming up with a description and a title and why not. And then the hard part of this is the distribution, right? Is having the agents that are going to pick up that phone call and that are they're going to convert, and making sure that you can manage the quality that is calling, right?